Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Tahir from Family Pediatrics in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Today I'll be talking to you guys about baby bottles. You can see my large collection of baby bottles here. If you are having a baby soon or already have a baby, you might be looking at baby bottles and be confused because there are so many bottles to choose from. Well, today I'll be giving you guys some important tips that will be helpful for you and your baby, okay? So the first main difference I want you to look at for the baby bottle is, does it have a vent or not? A vent in the bottle allows the bottle to equalize pressure inside as your baby is drinking. So when a baby is drinking from the breast, they can drink for a long time without really breaking suction or taking a break. And that's because they can breathe through their nose, so they can breathe and drink at the same time. So we want to duplicate that with a bottle too. With a regular bottle that does not have a vent, that bottle will build up suction in here as your baby is drinking. After about 5 or 10 gulps of milk, that suction gets pretty strong and it prevents the milk from coming out. That's going to make your baby really mad. He or she will have to open her mouth, break suction, and you'll see a rush of air go back into the bottle. So it equalizes pressure, and then your baby will start drinking again. So that pattern of drinking, stopping, drinking, stopping is not natural. So I want you to avoid getting bottles without any kind of vent, all right? So the basic bottles without the vent are the least expensive. This one, I believe, I got 4 in a pack for $5, all right? So I'll be comparing this to another bottle, and that bottle is the Avent bottle. And the Avent bottle has a built-in vent. It has other features too, and I'll do that in a second video, but I'll just be showing you the vent. So on the bottle itself, on the box itself, it shows a little picture of the vent and air bubbles going back into the bottle. So as your baby is drinking from this bottle or another bottle with a vent, they won't have to stop drinking because air bubbles will go back in through the sides, back into the bottle, so it equalizes pressure. And that prevents from the suction from building up very strong, so your baby can just keep drinking. So that's a more natural type of drinking pattern. So let's take a look at those two. Now the way I'll be showing that to you is by using some water, which I dyed blue color, and I added some soap in here. The soap I added to make it bubbly, because as the bubbles go back into the bottle, to equalize pressure, you'll notice they create bubbles. Not just in here, but also in milk. And bubbles and babies don't mix, you guys, okay? Bubbles and babies don't mix. Bubbles cause stomach problems and stomach pains, etc., etc. So you want to avoid having your baby drink bubbles. So this will kind of help us compare the different bottles and how many bubbles they're making, all right? So I'm going to add 2 ounces of liquid in each bottle, and then I'll do a close-up and show you how it works. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you will not see me drinking from a bottle, okay? So I actually have a tube that I'll connect to the end of the nipple, and the other side I will put in my mouth and suction with that, and that way I won't be drinking the soapy water, and at the same time I'll be able to show you how the bubbles and how everything work with the bottle, okay? All right, so let's go. Let's go ahead and add 2 ounces in each one of these first. 2 ounces in each one, okay? So let's put the tops back on again. And now the first one I'll do is the regular one, which does not have any kind of a vent system, okay? So, all right, you guys ready? So let's do this. I'm going to do 50 little gulps, and to show you how this looks, okay? After a few of them, I may have to stop because of the suction that builds up in here. Ready? Okay. That was 10, and it got really difficult after 10 because of the suction, and you notice the rush of bubbles that went back in. And let's do this more. That's 20. And that's 50. You notice with that how the bottle is getting more and more foamy, and that's because of the air bubbles that are going back through the nipple into the bottle to equalize the pressure inside there. Now we'll do the same thing with the Avent bottle. That's 10. Now, I noticed that there were air bubbles starting to go up inside the bottle from the side here, and that's what the vent is for. Some of the air still went through the nipple when I let the suction go. That's 50. Okay, so you really couldn't see it, I think, on the video, but there were little air bubbles going through the sides here and into the bottle to equalize the pressure so that I wasn't able to build up a very strong suction, which is good because that way I can keep drinking, basically. So you notice there is still a lot of foam that developed in here, and that's because the air bubbles are going right back through the liquid, and this would happen with milk also. It would create more air bubbles in there too. All right, you guys, so you see the big difference between the bottle without the vent and a bottle with the vent? Most of the bottles that I have here are vented, and I would recommend not getting a unvented bottle because the natural way of drinking is more closer to what a vented bottle would provide, okay? So when you have a choice between bottles, you want to look for a vented type bottle. Now the next question is, which vented type bottle do you want to get? And I'll make another video for that. So I will see you guys again later. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.